and welcome to Brain Cells Baking Competition. Today's objective is going to make bread. We're going to have Sam and Bella compete against each other to see who can make the best bread, and I will be judging at the end of the video. So, to start out, let me introduce you to our contestants. First, here's Bella.
I've never used yeast before. Why does it smell so bad? I guess if it's over yeasted, does that matter? Is yeasted a term? Because I have very limited baking experience, and by limited, I mean none. Guys, what's the difference between a tablespoon and a teaspoon? I think this is a teaspoon. This is probably a teaspoon, right guys?
And now for our second contestant, here's Sam.
We vibing. Now this recipe is pretty cool. I've been eating it for basically my entire life because I love beer bread, just as a whole. And now this works the same as beer because what makes beer bread is not the yeast of the beer, it's the carbonation. It's a lot of trial and error, but you know, if you like understand the concepts of baking, you can just trial and error it, like it doesn't really matter.
Now that we know both our contestants, let the baking begin. Good luck, guys.
Alright, so it's my turn to start filming and baking, I guess. So we're just gonna go over the recipe. So this recipe takes a while, okay? And I've never baked bread before, so we're just following the recipe strictly as the recipe says. Like, we are in a location where maybe I should alter the recipe for some things, but I'm not going to because I'm not that talented at baking. Which this might be my downfall, and we might be coming back to this clip going, oh no, this is where it went wrong, but we're going with it, and we're gonna try our best, okay? So I have a bowl. So we only have one bowl in our apartment, so Sam and I will be using the same bowl in both of our baking clips, I guess. Just we're not baking at the same time, clearly, because we don't have enough material for that. We're also not that talented. And who wants to share the kitchen with somebody? Not me. I'm not going to. Okay, so we need 3 cups of white flour, 1 3/4 tablespoon kosher salt, 1 teaspoon active dry yeast. Yikes. 1 1/2 cups of very hot water. Emphasis on the very. We'll see if we can get some very hot water up in here. Okay, so first I'm gonna collect all the ingredients around the kitchen and then I'll be back. I have flour. I have a cup. This will be for the water. Guys, what's the difference between a tablespoon and a teaspoon? I think this is a teaspoon. This is probably a teaspoon, right guys? I hope so.
No, you really do hope so. You do not want to get those mixed up.
I really hope so. Okay, so I need active dry yeast. Special salt. We'll see if this works. I'm not sure if this salt will work, but we'll go with it. So, we're not gonna be filming a bunch today because this recipe takes 18 hours. I'm not staying awake for 18 more hours in the day. It's currently 4:13. 18 hours will be like 10 o'clock tomorrow. We're not doing that. So, we'll do what we can today and then we'll let it sit. I have a camera down here that's filming what's going in this bowl because you gotta see the action. But I'll be walking you through everything I'm doing because that's important. Okay, so in a large bowl, put hot water and yeast. Stir to mix, and let's sit for 5 minutes. Okay, so let me get our very hot water and come back to you. Very hot water, we're gonna go with pretty hot water. How much cups do we need? I can't. Oh, we needed 3. Wait, oh, 1 1/2. Be proud. Now the water gets to stop because the counting gets to stop. So we need a teaspoon. This smells weird. Bye. We're gonna stir with a fork because it doesn't say what to stir with, and forks are fun. I feel like the fact that this water is not very hot will be the downfall of this, and I barely even started. Okay, so 5 minutes on the clock. In the meantime, we're gonna measure out our flour. Another cup. How many did I need? I needed 3 cups. We're gonna add 1 spoon for good luck. Look at my flour. Look at my beautiful yeasted water. Delicious. Imagine drinking that. Mmm. It has been approximately, possibly, 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been another minute. I'm getting impatient, so we're just gonna go along with it. The next step in the bread making process is to add 1 cup of flour at a time along with the salt. Oh, so we should probably put the salt in with the flour, is my interpretation of that. So 1 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, which we don't have, so we're gonna use, again, the weird salt.
Still feel confident?
No. I'm gonna mix the salt in with the flour. So it says to like add it in 1 cup at a time, but I'm just gonna eyeball it again. That's what I do. And we're gonna use the fork to mix because we like the fork. Okay, so we're gonna add 1 cup at a time. I'm gonna call that a cup. I mean, if it's less than a cup, that's probably okay. This smells so bad. Like, people eat this. I mean, I eat this, like, weird. This is another cup or so added to the mixture. Like, look at this. This is, like, disgusting. You can't, like, see it because if I tilt it too far, it's all just gonna spill out like it almost just did. But it is so gross. The sad part is that I won't know if this is a complete fail until tomorrow. Like when, you know, it proofs overnight. Like, look at this camera. It's getting clumpy. Okay, I'm about to start mixing with my hands. Honestly, it feels like Play-Doh, which is good because Play-Doh is actual dough. Did you know that? Or something like that. Don't quote me on that. It has wheat in it, I know that. Okay, I'm gonna use both hands. Yum, look at this. I feel like there's gonna be like a baker that like stumbles upon this video and is like, oh my god, what is she doing? I feel like this is impacting my hands. It feels weird. But it didn't say don't touch your hands, so I feel like I've made something. Like, look at this. Look at this. Yeah. It's like Frankenstein, you know, like, I'm alive. Scraping it off my hands. Yum. You excited for your hand bread?
Mmm.
Yum.
So excited.
I mean, this is like the last step I have to do. So I'm gonna stop recording for now and get this dough off my hand. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. You have to cover it with plastic wrap in case some of you are trying to follow along. I don't know why you would be following me, but it could be funny. Maybe yours turns out better. But if you are doing this, yeah, you cover it in plastic wrap and then you let it sit for 12 to 18 hours. That's why we're doing it at like 4. I won't look at it until we look at it together tomorrow. So I'll see you then. It's gonna be like 2 seconds for you and a whole 12 to 18 hours for me. My hands will be clean. All right, so we're back for day 2. This is gonna be interesting because there's some obstacles we have to overcome today. But the first thing that we have to do is check our dough and see if it's risen and see if the yeasted, indeed. I think it did just peering at it, but like I haven't really looked at it. I think it looks bigger than yesterday, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'll show y'all. Do you think it looks bigger?
I think it looks a bit bigger, yeah.
I guess we'll see. All right, so we're gonna unwrap this. It looks very interesting inside, kind of gross, not gonna lie. Also, I totally did not just wake up. It's totally not like 10 a.m. We're thriving. So I believe the first thing that we do is we're gonna need to preheat the oven to 450, which is hot. The recipe asks you to cook it in something like this. This is a pot because the bread is going to be round. But your girl can't put this in the oven at 450 degrees. Only 350. Do we risk the bread and put it in for 350 for longer? Or do we find out another solution? I voted on finding out another solution because 350 sounds bad. Now we're using the pot. We're using the pot. Right after the pan is placed in the oven, dump your dough into a heavily floured surface. So I need to actually clean this surface because I don't trust anything in this apartment. what we should have done yesterday to our hands. Okay. Okay, I feel like this is floured enough. And it says, dump your dough. I wonder if I could hear that. I don't think this looks like more than yesterday. Flour your hands and shape the dough into a ball. Cover with plastic wrap and then let rest for 30 minutes. Does that mean just like...
You're gonna let it be for 30 minutes?
Yeah, but like cover it just like chilling in the plastic wrap?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at that. My dough ball. Boop. And then I'll take it from here. Honestly, y'all, my dough smells really good. I feel like you waste so much flour when you just put it on a countertop. Letting that sit for 30 minutes. Well, that heats up for 30 minutes. It's been in there for 5 minutes. And then we're going to remove pot from the oven. Careful, it's hot, very hot. And then put the dough inside, cover it with the lid that's in there. Bake for 25 minutes, remove the lid, bake for 10 minutes. After removing from the oven, lift the bread out of the pan, place it on a rack. We don't have a rack. And let it cool completely. Don't forget to pat yourself on the back for making a bread baby. That's not what it says, but that's what I'm saying. Weird. Okay. So it's been 30 minutes. Actually, it's been more than 30 minutes. It's been about 45 minutes, so that means that the pot is really hot. And you know what that means? That we get to put this beautiful dough that we made into it and hope for the best. So, okay, we're gonna do that. I'm not showing all the pot because why would I show all the pot? You've seen the pot. Okay, there's no good way to go about this unless I floured my hands again. I'm gonna do that. Sam's stressing me out. She's here now. She can't see because she's blind as a bat. Stop looking! Look away. Stuck to the plastic wrap a little bit. Actually, no, it's not. Just kidding. Just kind of. Look at my dough. Flour, you're supposed to work. Now, we're putting this in the pot and hoping for the best. It's so sticky. Okay. In the pot you go. Hot! Okay. Oh, I almost just touched the pot. Now we wait. I got flour on my hands. Not flour, dough. Okay. So I think it's time to pull the bread out, and honestly, it's looking a lot better than I thought. So I will like show y'all everything, and we're supposed to put it on like a rack, but we don't have a rack. So like I think this will work, just to, like stick it in here, because I think it's just not supposed to be on like a surface, and maybe like it's supposed to be like able to like aerate. I don't know, and this is like the closest thing I can think of. Maybe upside down, but like I'm okay. I'll just do it this way. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it out.
It doesn't look too bad. Looks good.
Look at it. Okay. It looks a little messy. It's definitely not round. It was never gonna be round though, like let's be real. It says to just take it out, but like it seems like it'll be hot. I'm gonna use my sleeves. We're gonna just transport it. It doesn't look that bad, right? Like that's the butt of the bread, and it's not breaking. Stop looking. Sam's eavesdropping. I don't know how long we're supposed to have it sit for, but this is what the bread looks like. Delish. This is so scuffed, but you know what? We're thriving. After removing lift bread out of pan, we did, put it on a rack and cool completely. Well, that is what we were doing, so I think we're doing pretty good. Okay, so Now my bread's done, so we're gonna let it cool. So thanks for watching me in this chaos because it was fun.
Well, I think this is it for the video. Make sure to leave a comment and a like down below. And if you'd like to continue watching the series, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you know when our next post is. See you later, guys. Bye!